What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we got some new stuff to look at from... Well, there's some promo cards coming out in Japan for the One Piece trading card game. We got some reprints, which are awesome, but it's not just reprints, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a brand new Goldie Roger promo, which is coming around. So we need to have a chat about this. Now, these are actually... These are being released at the Amazon Junior event over in Japan. And this Roger promo is being given to everyone who rocks up. So essentially, this is one of those promos which is going to be not that hard to get hold of. It's going to be more of a kind of casual promo. Is it actually any good? Well, what we've got here is a purple card. 8 cost, 10,000 power. Good start. And on play, if either you or your opponent has 10 Don on the field, then until the end of your opponent's next turn, you gain 2,000 power to your leader. Your leader gains 2,000 power. Oh. Yeah, no, that'll do nicely. Extra 2k on your leader? Yeah. That sounds kind of awesome. Because let's not bury the lead here, right? This is designed to be used with the Goldie Roger leader. Like, that is the big one from OP13, and we know at this stage. This is the way Japan tend to do their promos, whereby they're going to essentially go, look, OP13 is a new set. Since OP13 is a new set, the promos we're going to be throwing around at the moment are going to fit nicely with somebody from OP13. There's going to be a bunch of magazine promos in the next couple of months. There always are in Japan. And those are actually going to fit very nicely with leaders from OP13 as well. Cool. Because remember, the Roger leader, now it has 7,000 power and 5 life as a dual color red-purple. But it gets minus 2,000 power if you have 9 or fewer Don. Or to put it another way, to unlock the full power to get up to 7, you got to have 10 Don. You've then got a thing whereby if you have any Don on the field, then when you put Don out, one gets attached to Roger. So we had a bit of a query about this until they started releasing 10 cost cards for the Roger deck, and then we're cool. But basically, once you've got 10 Don out, you don't have to give one to Roger, but until you got 10 Don, you do. The thing is, you're already sitting there at a 7k leader, right? So this promo comes out, gives you a 2k bump to your leader, and you go, well, hang on a second. I've got a 9k leader here. So now, my opponent, for their entire turn, every attack that they are throwing at me for their entire turn, needs to have an extra 4,000 just to start. They need to have a 9k swing just to force me to block or counter with my leader. That is potentially kind of absurd. And you got to remember, Roger is deliberately a little bit slow. You don't get the 7k until you've got 10 Don, and you don't actually have 10 Don available without ramping, and we've seen there's plenty of ramping, until, a turn later than most people, because the turn you would have 10 Don available for the first time, one of them's on Roger, and you've only got 9 Don available, as an example. But the thing is, we've seen all the ramping in Roger. I'm not going to go back through all of that. I've done a video about that. Go check it out. But now we got another character that can give you a 2k bump. And I say another character, because let's not forget, we've already got a Roger character, the super rare from this set, that can give your leader a 2k bump. It's a 10 cost 13k, although remember, having 10 Don open as Roger if you're not ramping will take a turn longer. But on play, Don minus 3, yeah, your leader gains 2,000 power until the end of your opponent's next turn, or technically until the end of your opponent's end phase, if that's what you really want to go for. And then after that, your opponent's characters all get minus 2,000 power. So, we've already got this 10 cost Roger, which is kind of broken. And you kind of want to chain this so that you can give your leader an extra 2k while nerfing your opponent's characters. Well, now we've got another option. It's not as good, all right? It is not as good as a super rare Roger. I am not pretending it is as good as a super rare Roger. I know it is not as good as a super rare Roger. But it's an 8 cost, not a 10 cost, and it doesn't make you Don -3. And those are two very big points. Now, remember, somebody has to have 10 Don to get the 2k bump here. But if you've got 8 Don and your opponent's got 10, or you've got 9 Don and your opponent's got 10, or you've got 9 and one of them's on your leader, which is quite realistic, and your opponent's got 10, brilliant, you get the 2k bump. Now, your opponent doesn't get the -2 on all of their characters, which is obviously not as good, but remember, you're only paying 8 Don rather than 10, and you're not Don -3ing, and you potentially got 8 cards now that you can draw to give your leader a 2k bump. That is what I'm excited about. I am not pretending that this is as good as a super rare Roger. It's not. But it's cheaper, and it's less awkward, and it can still give your leader a 2k bump. And if you've got 10 Don, and you're getting a 2k bump, then you're sitting there at a 9k leader. Having a 9k leader is just going to be so hard to get over. I think this is potentially, genuinely a very, very good card. I think this could end up having a little bit of an impact. And I like that very much indeed. Just remember that if you are using this when you don't have 10 Don and your opponent does have 10 Don, you'll still get the 2k bump, but you won't have the other 2k bump. So do bear that in mind. I'm a fan of this. I like this, but we do have a nice little new promo pack coming in as well that we need to take a little bit of a look at. Now, this is Standard Battle Pack Volume 13, and like we would expect, we've got ourselves 4 new promos, but one of them does come as a full art winners version as well, and that's Kozuki Hyori. So maybe we should start with Kozuki Hyori. We got a 1 cost, 0 power, counter plus 1,000. Worth noting that all of these cards come from OP12. These are OP12 promos. They're all from OP12. They therefore help the OP12 leaders, not necessarily the OP13 leaders. But they are reprints, so that does kind of make sense. The new mechanically unique promos coming around nowadays, I will be fully expecting to match with OP13 leaders, but obviously we're not there yet. So, Kozuki Hyori, what do we got here then? Well, we've got a really nice skill, whereby activate main, rest one of your Don cards and this character, and if your leader is Roanoa Zoro, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, find yourself a / attribute card or a green event, add it to your hand, put the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. And I think this is wonderful. Firstly, this sees play. This is a card you see popping up in Zoro decks, and you should see this popping up in Zoro decks because it's a very nice card. We got some really good green events coming around for that Zoro deck. Things like Luffy is a man who will become the king of the pirates, which just sets your Roanoa Zoro leader active, as an example. Or Demon Aura, 9 Sword, Star Asura Blades, Drawn Dead Man's Game, which honestly I just like saying the name of, which lets you rest 3 Dom to rest 2 characters and Donna as a counter to give you a 3k bump. These are good cards that you may want to be searching out. This is a cool promo. Now, Morley I'm not such a huge fan of as a character, but I do like playing revolutionary decks, so having a nice Morley here will work nicely. And what we got here is a 4 cost, 5,000 power, counter plus 1,000. Although I will say the Hyori artwork, the new one is brilliant. This one is just kind of a bit meh. Both the Morley arts are a bit meh. But if your leader is Revolutionary Army, it gains +4 cost. Which, remember, is incredibly important because the Koala leader in the set, when this leader attacks your opponent's leader, if you got 2 or more 8 cost characters, you draw a card. So it's very important to get your Revolutionary Army characters up to 8 cost. So Morley putting itself to an 8 cost is a big deal. Nice. We've then got Vinsmoke Sora coming in as a lovely purple card here. Now we've got ourselves a 1 cost, 0 power. But we do have counter plus 2,000. I like counter plus 2000. And we've got on play, if your leader is Sanji, yes, this really explicitly works with the Sanji leader from the set, then, oh, and the number of Don on your field is equal to or less than the number of Don on your opponent's field, add a Don card from your Don deck rested and draw a card. So look, either it's counter plus 2k, or you're ramping Don while drawing, either way this seems like a win. And then we finish off with Baby 5. We've got 4 cost, 5,000 power, counter plus 2,000. And as a trigger, if your leader is multicolour, draw 2 cards. I'm just saying, like, you counter plus 2k, good. Drawing 2 cards as a trigger, good. Yeah. Like, this works better in Don Quixote Pirates decks because that's the only trait it's got, and it then becomes searchable with Don Quixote Pirate Searchers. But honestly, I kind of like all of this. This is a really good card. So there we go. I like this new promo pack. I think they've chosen very nicely, and I think some of the new art, especially the Kazuki Hyori, is phenomenal. Although, just as a quick side note, I really love the background with like Zoro just sitting there chilling in all the trees. I think the winner version, where they've taken off the background, so much worse than the regular version. Let me know if you agree in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.